Ball, dunks.
Look at Strong running the floor out in front.
You know, it's not often on this show that I get to tell you people that I told you so. But I told you so. I told you everything was going to be okay. I told you guys that Terrace Reed Jr. was the greatest player, maybe the greatest big man in UConn basketball history. Nobody has been more right. Earlier, I told you the minute that he got here, everything was great. Everything was wonderful. Okay, maybe I was wrong about that. I don't know. But
this is some disgraceful content. Oh, my God.
No, just disgusting. You and I are going to have a really hard time on Sunday. We're going to have you taking on Alex Caravan and Terrace Reed at the same time. We're going to have to explain a lot, but I don't know if you can explain Terrace Reed tonight with maybe, this has got to be a top 5 performance from a UConn big in a single game ever. 31 points, 27 rebounds, managed to work in 3 assists. Terrace did not get a single foul tonight. A single foul until the end, and it was like a bogus bullshit foul.
It was not a foul, which was the most amazing part of his
and went 7 for 9 from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. This is all I wanted. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted him to do.
You're such a piece.
That's all I wanted him to do.
That's so hard, Terrace.
Yeah, it's not even that hard, Terrace. See, I always knew you had it in you. But I had a lot of the UConn whiskey tonight, guys. I had to get through that game. That was
yeah. I was finishing the end of the Sam Winter pack, and I've got a little left over for Sunday. And maybe
I do not. I'm getting into the beer now. Liquor before beer, have no fear. And what you do is you get on your space about an absolutely Galaxy Brains game at 1:00 in the morning, sharp.
Right on. We're right on the top of the hour.
Right on. You guys are always complaining that we're late. I told you we'd be on time in the morning. Tonight was like every other game that we've watched this season. If you guys want the real hardcore breakdown, except it happened in the NCAA tournament, and every space that you've listened to is exactly like this one, which is happening at 1:00 in the morning. So,
we'll see you all Sunday.
You're welcome. We'll see you tomorrow. Actually, technically, we will see you tomorrow. So we are going back-to-back days again.
Yeah.
This is not an every other day thing. We're going back-to-back. Technically, we are. All right. Nobody is working harder than we are in the postseason for you. So,
and of course, I have my heart on the line later tonight. That's a whole different subject.
Holy Christ, that was way tougher than it needed to be.
Yeah. Well, good evening. Welcome to Connecticut Basketball Spaces. Boy, that was interesting. UConn 82, Furman 71. So we'll just rattle the Terrace stuff off the top. He's the first player with 31 and 27 in any NCAA tournament game since Elvin Hayes on March 9th, 1968, before man landed on the moon. He is the first 20 rebound game for a UConn player in the NCAA tournament in 61 years. Shouts to Toby Kimball. You're getting a lower third. I loved it every time the stats got wilder. Steve Lapis was like actually having a stroke on air. It's all time. It's absolutely all time insane stuff. 31, 27 and 3 in 35 minutes.
Oh,
are you kidding me? It's crazy. He finished with 27 rebounds. Furman as a team finished with 23. So, and then that sequence late to really put it away where they it starts with a Malachi free throw miss and Terrace not just immediately dunking it. And instead they run a minute and a half of possession because Terrace gets 3 offensive rebounds and they get a 3 at the end of it, which is beautiful. The most amazing thing that happened in the context of the game, other than Braylon Mullen's 2 defensive plays late, which were actually very important.
Yes.
Just an all time, insane batshit stat line from Terrace. And boy, did they friggin' need it tonight. Furman gave him everything they got. we all were in a really, really healthy mental space at 8:00 when we find out that Silas isn't going to play. Oh, Gerald Stewart. As I'm preparing for the third period of a Hockey East semifinal against Boston College with the season on the line. So I had a lot going on. Everybody, we all lost our minds. We all had to crash out, and you realize it's going to have to be Mally tonight. And like Terrace is the main focus, and he gets all the flowers tonight. But I also tip of the cap to Malachi Smith
and Alec Millender.
Stunningly, Alec Millender, who were sensational tonight, given the circumstances. Malachi plays 32 minutes, 7 assists, 1 turnover. Alec Millender plays 7 minutes, no turnovers.
Was fine.
They got 39 minutes out of Malachi Smith and Alec Millender, and they lived and they came out clean as a whistle on the other side.
And dare I say, Alec maybe gave us a top 6 or 7 guard performance, backup point guard performance off the bench.
He hit one of the baskets of the year for his one basket with this absurd flubber basketball that went off the top of the backboard and fell in. Salute to Alec Millender. Yeah, no, but it's about Terrace tonight, but also, man, Mally and Alec, it's as hard of a spot as you can be in for those two guys. It's a 15-2 matchup, right? But it's a team with, that kid Wilkins is going to make a lot of money in a couple of weeks playing for somebody else. Hope it's us. The freshman guard, he was sensational really in the first half. Man. And, of course they finished 9 of 24 from 3 on a night where UConn's shooting guards hot balls were in it derogatory. Braylon especially just brutal.
Hey, had 12 points. Both of them in the mid range were pretty good and getting to the rack. Man,
that was awful. And then the last 4 minutes he was pretty good. And then that whatever at the end of the first half, which is him. Yeah. I don't even know what that is. And so Furman goes into the break only down 4. And then Braylon doesn't get much better in the second half, but he has 2 huge steals late to when it was about 6-point game and allowed UConn to hit 1 basket in transition and throw 1 basketball to Saturn, but still they killed some time. Huge plays from him late on just a terrible night. Solo remains in the funk. UConn 3-point shooting remains in the funk. They shot 5 of 25 from 3 tonight.
Braylon is now 6 for 42 in his last 3 games.
Oh. But they have Terrace Reed, and it solves a lot of problems because it was all time tonight, man. The footwork.
That man cut his hair and turned into an entirely different human.
I know I should take his advice. I haven't got much to work with here. The haircut looked great. And we were joking, the haircut. And then it's just like, he has nothing that can stop him tonight, like on the other side. Cause the thing about Furman that you realize when you watch the game is they're all very tall, but they have the physical build of, Braylon Mullins. Yeah. No. And Terrace looks like the late great Chuck Norris, by comparison. And he was kung fu kicking right through, the entire Furman front court of Charles Johnson and Cooper Bowser. And they had absolutely nothing for him. So Furman gave it a really good go. UConn had the scramble here without Silas, but UConn, none of this shit is style points right now. None of it. Absolutely none of it is style points. Win, survive in advance. UConn gets the 82-71 win. And on Sunday at 8:45, they play me, the greatest coach in UCLA history. And I really, really would like to have to play Donovan Dent and possibly Tyler Thibodeau with Silas DeMary Jr., please. So let's all pray.
That's the only thing I want to know. I don't care about any other news in the United States. You can can it on the Strait of Hormuz. You can, I don't care what's going on with healthcare. I don't care, what's going on really in any kind of crisis in this country. I need to know what Silas DeMary Jr.'s availability is.
Well, first of all,
for Sunday, which I am going to go
in this country. This is the crisis.
Nothing's more important. And for me, it's bad news. If he's not even available tonight, man, that guy, there's guys that will sit out a game because they want to nurse an injury. And then there's guys that if you ran a spear through that guy's midsection, he would tell you he's available and ready to play. And man, that makes me nervous. I don't want to start us off on a pessimistic foot for Sunday, but you can play or you can't play. And if he can't play right now today and at least be available as a break in case of emergency, he's the most important player on the team. It can't be great. I hope I'm wrong. I will totally wear the idiot card on Sunday. Maybe Dan figured he could get away with it, and that's not a Dan thing to do. They need him. Or it's curtains on Sunday. Like, they need him and Stewie. I said in the tweet, I don't care if they look like Krang from Ninja Turtles. The Paralympics can come early. We are going to see a lot of very injured basketball players on the floor on Sunday. Because if those guys do not play, neither team has a very good shot at winning on Sunday. And they may play like ass, but at least each coach can say, look what we did. We tried.
And Philadelphia, Silas and Stewie just dragging ass.
Yeah, you got them and what's his face? Bilodeau or whatever, just running around, just wheelchairs, just wheeling up and down the court. Mick Cronin yelling at him. What are you looking at?
Has their game finished yet, by the way?
Oh,
it took
Christ.
18 minutes to play the last minute.
No! Just 33 minutes for the last 4 minutes of that game. And then Nick calls a timeout while his own guy is shooting a free throw.
That was so good. I loved it. Just up like 5. We really got to make sure we get this defense set.
Did not need to do that.
10:31 UConn tip. Oh God, above. Allowed me to watch.
By the way, I'm already getting we're already getting the tweets and our mentions about wives unhappy or husbands unhappy with their spouses listening to the show tonight. Yep. Shout out to Mrs. Basil. I hope you're enjoying your slumber tonight with the sweet, sweet notes of Hurley Mania and Mr. Hotballs voices in your ear as you drift off to dreamland, listening about a game you probably don't care about. So you're welcome.
Yeah, that was a lot to go through. That was just. There's nervous energy for the day for me, and I know some people are stronger than me on this. No escalators. He's the biggest coward. But I was nervous about it because the vibes on the Silas thing weren't great, and then you find out he's not going to play, and because Silas not playing means, oh great, Mally's running the point, but he was great, and they figured out enough ways to get it done. And on a night where, I mean, we're saying this a lot now, like at what point does the abnormal 3-point shooting become not abnormal? Like I know,
but it's not this bad. You can make a case that it's bad. I'm fine with people saying it's bad. It's not this bad. It's just not. It's not. I agree with you. 16% bad. There's no world where they're a 16%. Maybe they are for a 5-game stretch, and it's going to be for the worst possible 5-game stretch. But it's just not. They're not this bad. And even if they're that bad, they are undefeated when they're over 16%.
Including 25. They got the 20 tonight. So there you go.
See? I told everybody to shut the fuck up tonight. You guys got to go with the flow of the game. Gosh. College baseball just builds iron armor for you. I really do feel proud of that for being a part of my life. I can just watch the most fucked up shit happen in front of me and just not get upset. That's fine. Because
in the last 5 games, they've thrown up a 3 for 24, a 3 for 19, and tonight a 5 for 25. But tonight they won. So,
Dan just said, hopefully one or both of Silas and Jalen.
Listen,
it's not.
What did you think he was going to say? Are we going to listen to Dan Hurley on injuries? Are we really?
No.
35 games into this, going to fall for this?
No. I want to, but I don't.
They need him, but I
need reassurance. I need somebody to tell me that it's all going to be okay for Sunday. I just feel like if we can get by Sunday, we're actually in really great shape. I really think that in a weird way, UCLA is the weirdest matchup for us on this bottom part of the bracket. I'm the guy from Louisville is sitting out. He's done.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck. Well, I'm not really that worried about Michigan State because they're offensively, they're caca.
Yeah.
Sunday is a weird thing for me right now. It wasn't 5 days ago. Tonight, right now, I am not feeling great. If we shoot well from three, all is good.
Mm-hmm.
All is good. But like that just does not seem to be a thing that's happening right now.
Dan Hurley's performance quote, I think we're due for a big shooting night. Yeah. Yeah, if they just shoot 30% from three, just 30.
30.
Fine.
Ball game.
Fine.
Yep.
Can we just get to 30?
That's why I wasn't that worried at halftime today.
I was more pissed about it than worried.
They were up 4. I mean, it wasn't just they were missing shots tonight. They were missing like wide open shots, like great, fantastic, like awesome looks, man. That's like what kills me more than anything. And they make 2 more threes and it's a freaking 11-point game at halftime and everybody's like, whatever.
Yeah. And I give credit. Lapis was all over at courtside. He was noting that like they weren't even close, like the Braylon ones. The solo ones weren't either. Solo got better. But the Braylon ones, he was like trying to make it clear. It was like, no, these aren't just like rimming out. These are missing by a lot. And I don't know why. None of us know why. Glad he made the steal late. Glad he hit the free throws. It's what it is. I've famous last words. He's not going to go 0 for 8 on Sunday. I will say that. I believe he's not going to go 0 for 8 from 3 on Sunday. I don't believe that Solo and Braylon combined are going to go 1 for 14 from 3. That's my bold prediction for Sunday. So if you want something to be positive about, they did this tonight with those two shooting 1 for 14 from 3.
No, that's what I was saying. At halftime, we scored 40 points and we hit 1 3. I was way less worried about us offensively because we were getting such great looks. I was more worried about the fact we gave up 36 points.
Yeah,
which is what I'm going to be really worried about. That's what I'm going to be worried about on Sunday. I guess I'm less worried about the offensive piece because I just feel like we got enough to kind of figure it out and create some mismatches. And they're not. That team we're facing on Sunday is not exactly the Mona Lisa on offense either.
No.
But I am worried defensively because with Silas, there's no perimeter defense on this team. None. And like Terrace is really good. You saw what Terrace did tonight. He's not against the team with the athletes that UCLA has. It's not going to be enough rim protection. So I'm hoping that Silas is healthy. I'm hoping that Terrace has the rim protection. Good God, man. I don't know. They may not be healthy either. I mean, it's going to be
well, they're not. I mean, Bilodeau's out.
It's going to be a cripple. It's going to be a cripple off on Sunday. It's going to be swinging walkers and canes and colostomy bags at each other and just hoping for the best. But
does it make you feel better if I tell you they have a better rated offense than UConn does?
I know.
They're a better 3-point shooting offense than UConn is.
I know.
But maybe not on Sunday. We're the two.
Maybe not on Sunday.
We're talking like this. UConn's got to shoot better. This is insane. The 3-point percentages. They're not, like you said, they're not this bad. But yeah, listen, they stared down the barrel and they survived it. So, and pretty comfortably, all things considered. So you just hope that the Solo and Braylon especially can just flush it. And yeah, like you said, I just need defensively it not to be a complete catastrophe. I'll throw Eric in there too. I mean, Eric did the Samson Johnson, Zach Edey tribute act tonight.
Yes.
Against the team that physically should not have led to that. But the three of them defensively, I mean, as I tweeted, Solo put the weak side defense in some of these plays. Like we know we're not expecting Steph Castle defense, but holy shit. Like it's gotta just be.
Yeah, I know.
It was just the downhill stuff. And if Alf Wilkins is getting downhill, like they introduced you to Donovan Dent.
Oh boy.
So, but we'll see. Hey, we got the opportunity. We didn't eat shit tonight. We didn't have to sit here and watch 500 UConn ads for the rest of the tournament. When UConn lost, UConn gets the win.
Could you imagine? We'd be watching tonight for the next 10 years.
Yeah. But they didn't. UConn outscores Furman in the paint 46-24. Terrace is an absolute beast. UConn, really solid from the free throw line. Furman did shoot 8 more free throws than UConn, so if everyone thinks just not having Big East refs is the magical
so
fix,
much for the Big East refs thing.
I have news. Yeah, and they get the win, so that's all that matters really this time of the year. UConn was able to get 12 fast break points. which was great just to see, given a night where they really didn't have a lot at the point guard position. But just, Terrace is amazing. I'm just so proud of Malachi Smith, man, because tonight,
Held the fort down.
Yeah, tonight
it wasn't perfect. It was what it needed to be tonight from him. So, hats off to him and Alec.
Yeah, there were so many ways that could have gone really shitty, and it didn't. And it's a testament to him. So I want to, we got to be positive in that regard, because it was a great effort from him in a big spot. Possibly his last college game, right? You come to UConn to play that game, stuff like that. And
Millender was a journalist at the Final Four last year.
Yeah.
Love March Madness. Alex Caravan tonight too, by the way. Sneaky 22.
Yeah, he
hit tough spaces for us.
Yeah, no, huge shots late down the stretch. Alex, to show the leadership, he was really fired up, which you'd expect. But you don't always see that from Alex, but he's, it's in there. And just a huge win for them. And now they get Sunday, man, is going to be a friggin' really hard one to get. But if they get it, we're flying high back to DC, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
But it's all about Sunday. It's the one game at a time. But tonight we're going to talk about the game that started yesterday. It is 1:22 in the goddamn morning.
It's a bunch of wounded animals in the Sweet 16 potentially. Just a bunch of banged up, dirty dogs potentially.
Kansas really tried to see how much shit they could eat there down the stretch while we were living and dying.
Crazy.
Giving up an 18-2 run to Cal Baptist, but they did win. St. John's won. Villanova did not. All the higher seeds, I think, all the better seeds won today. So
yeah, today was a pretty quiet day on the whole.
Well, I mean, with the exception of the very first game, which was fucking insane. Santa Clara, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Had everything.
It did have everything. Thankfully, we didn't.
I love how mad Becca is at me, because I was right about Terrace Reed before she was.
I'm not starting fights. It's too late. It's a Saturday.
It's okay. I was right. Everybody else was wrong. The only thing that's important is about being right. Should we let the wieners whine? Because I really do not want to be doing this until 4 a.m.
Thank you. Please. I have so many things tomorrow that include the maybe the greatest hockey game of my life, but we'll see.
Hot dog, the NCAA tournament is here. The good folks at Martin Roll Souls are here to help you keep you fueled so you can keep foot on gas throughout the NCAA tournament. Hot dogs, kielbasa, sausages, deli meats, you name it. Not only can you grab what you need for the big game at their retail store at 45 Grove Street in New Britain, they'll even bring the meats to you and ship them across the country. That's Martin Roll Souls, the official sponsor of the Connecticut Basketball Spaces Wiener Waterline. And folks, it's time to get to the meat of tonight's show. And by that, we mean the Martin Roll Souls Wiener Waterline. We'll be taking calls and check-ins tonight for the next hour. So if you want to talk, get on in. We're going to start off as usual with No Escalators, who is going to talk a little bit about the thing that everybody wants to talk about tonight and probably would have been most enthusiastic about discussing in the first half, and that is math. So No Escalators, tell us a little bit about the dark arts.
Look, before we get to the math, you guys underplayed. Alec Millender had played 7 minutes in the last 6 weeks.
Yes.
Played 7 perfect minutes tonight.
Outstanding minutes tonight.
Like, unbelievable. Build him a statue. Like, just imagine, like, getting thrown into that spot in sometimes, like, quite tight moments in the game and totally coming through. Absolute hero shit.
Yep.
I
love it. I thought it was awesome. That's one of the all-time and ones I've ever seen at UConn, by the way. That was just a silly, nonsensical, preposterous, awesome thing that I saw.
I don't know if it counts as an and one after you have indeed missed the free throw. But either way, the bucket went in, and the fact that, they could just let him be out there and it was okay. And it was Furman. I get it was Furman, and I'm not upset about anything with how this game went, considering, like, I'm actually quite optimistic. in the scenario we get Silas back, if there's no Silas on Saturday, then or Sunday, then that is, where we are. But Alec deserves a lot of credit for what he did tonight, and obviously, Mally does as well. Mally was awesome, and the two of them together both should feel very happy. But it just seems like incredibly difficult to put Millender in that position and have him play that well in a game that big when, more than doubled any other time he showed up this year. So awesome.
It made me happy. I'm not going to lie. I thought he was awesome tonight. I thought we had a lot of heroic performances tonight in a game that was really hard to look at it that way, but asking a lot of guys to do, I think, a lot of heavy lifting in a spot that is not a place that you ask guys to do heavy lifting. And, whether it was Mally tonight, I thought Alec was in there tonight, played pretty well. Jaden Ross again, just little shit.
Once
here and there.
Once Wilkins started doing his shit, they just put Jaden on him and shut that off. Largely.
He's awesome.
So he didn't go all fucking Teddy Allen on it.
Yeah. I said at the, with 10 minutes left, I'm either going to know his name for the rest of the night or until my deathbed, and I'm happy it's only the rest of the night.
Exactly. It felt a little touch and go for a moment there. But yeah, that was huge minutes from both those guys. I mean, Alec Millender, to be able to I talked about him when they got him in as possibly a 3-point threat because he was a great shooter at IU Indy. And then you watch the tape and you realize the release is just way too long to work in the Big East. But this is a guy, he's been the energy guy. And when they do the intro, he's the guy that's dapping everybody up at the end of the starting lineup. That's him. He's an energy guy. He's in practice every day. But tonight wasn't about that. Tonight's we are putting you in with the season on the line. And he was fine. He was fine. And that was kind of the don't go out there and don't get killed situation. But he thrived. I thought he played really well.
Look, everybody I was happy with, they missed a bunch of threes, and people have different views on that. I'm much more chill about it than most. Because I think they're going to come back, and I think UCLA in particular is a team ripe to have them come back against. So if Silas is back on Sunday, I feel great. If Silas is not, I feel I hope we get through Sunday. But this is what the tournament is. You're playing for real now, and it was good. No ref bullshit.
Well, I mean, there was that goaltend thing was, I guess they got it right, but it was really weirdly judged.
I'm not gonna be upset about that because they did get it right. But it feels fine in general. Just if you had to give me a scenario where it was oh, Silas wasn't there, the threes were off, and Terrace turned into Godzilla, and hopefully that carries over. Yeah, I would have signed up for that. So
yeah, I know it doesn't sound this way, and it's very counter to my brand on here. I'm actually really trying to really enjoy the shit out of this because what we saw tonight was all-time historic, and and I don't include you. We've been negative and worried about the team and shit in the last 5 weeks. I want to enjoy the wins when they get them, right? Because this time of year, you get the win. We get to do this. We get to all gather around our television set at 8:45 on Sunday and do the heart attack one more time. And that is a gift. It doesn't feel like in the moment. It feels like death, but it is a gift. And if they can get it on Sunday night, then we get to do this thing for another week. I mean, nobody wants this literal thing to go on another week or another hour, but the season going on another week is a gift, and I want to enjoy that. And what we got to see from Terrace tonight, no escalators, that's for you too, because you've always been, a bigger fan of him than my co-host. But I don't know if you could have seen that coming.
I mean, I think nobody could have. It was in there. You saw it back in some of the preseason games. We've seen flashes of it, but to do that in a tournament, I don't care if it's Furman. It's unbelievable, and it's not cutting time. It'll be tough the rest of the way. I do feel, looking at our bracket, how the 1 seed has struggled, how the 4 seed struggled, how Michigan State we beat in the preseason. Like I feel good if we get Silas back. That's the big that is like 100% the thing now. Like, is he going to play on Sunday? I can imagine a world where they get through on Sunday without him. I don't think they get past Michigan State without him. So I hope that ankle is feeling okay. But I kind of like what the world looks like in general right now compared to, Florida and Houston detonating people. I'm happy we're not in the South. Let's put it that way.
Oh, the quotes from the Florida A&M coach quotes were really great. They asked him in the huddle in the middle of Florida's 18-0 run, like, what do you need to do? He said, we need help from the Lord. So you know what? Tip of the cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like a death machine right now, and we've been there. And I can't. We beat that team. I can't believe it, but we did. Right now it's my kind of thoughts on the Silas thing is, they need him Sunday, but I'm almost like I'm zen about it, even though it kind of decides everything, because like either he can play or he can't. Like it's not an adjustment. It's either he can play or he can't. Like we're all going to find out together at 6:45 on Sunday how we all feel. We should space live during that. We are not spacing live during that. And they have the availability report, but yeah, that's kind of what it is. They can win Sunday without him. It's extremely hard. And I think without him, like, it's a tight game, but I don't think they're going to get their doors blown off. And this is a team that has won a lot of tight games this year. So let's be optimistic while we drink.
And this will be my last thing, and then I'm going to bed. I do feel like, look, the threes did not fall, but I don't care. I'd rather him shoot them all the time. Braylon has done some really good stuff. I know people were mad about the last shot before half, which did not irritate me in the slightest. But I think it's going to come. This team is just not going to keep shooting like this from three. It's not. They are too good for them to be this cold for this long. Happy to have them have a game with the weird balls to lock in, and hopefully on Sunday it cleans up because the talent is there. So I will believe in the talent. I will believe in the coach. I like the way things are shaking out, and can't wait till Sunday. And as always, happy to survive in advance. Go Huskies.
Thank you, no escalators. Yeah, the one thing I'm interested with now is you saw Furman started with just straight sag off of Braylon Mullins. I don't think that's ever happened to him in his life. So that's an adjustment. I don't think UCLA is going to do that, but it's going to be interesting to see how. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he comes out. If he bangs 2 threes to start the game Sunday, we're in satin sheets, to quote you from the last space. But it was
the threes. We sleep in satin sheets. We miss the threes. We sleep in the streets, baby.
Yeah. Well, tonight we have satin streets despite not hitting a fucking thing outside of Alex, who was great from 3. Alex
polyester sheets. We'll just jersey sheets.
Yeah, it's like 600.
We'll go with that.
Count.
Those are nice when it's like the spring, and they're not. Jersey sheets aren't nice in the summer. It gets a little sticky.
This is a good discussion of sheets while everybody but our 2 dumbasses is asleep listening to this.
By the way, speaking of sleeping, Dan fell asleep at the presser.
It's so late.
Fell asleep at the presser.
It's so
just
late.
Absolutely conked out.
Yeah, I'm thrilled that they have like the later tip too on, but not too late. I mean, it is maybe the earliest show Sunday that we've done in weeks by default.
Yeah, what's the tip on Sunday?
8:45.
Okay, that's better than it's been in the past.
Okay, would you like a quote from Dan Hurley from a moment ago to Joe Arruda, Perfect Current on Jalen Stewart? Would you like to lie to yourself? Are you ready?
Okay, let's tee it high and let it fly. I got a feeling Jamar in the town is on the town, slurping down cheesesteaks and beating up gin and tonics, because that's his thing. In Philly is a good sign.
Yes. My counter would be, I think
So-
he would be doing that no matter what, but fair enough.
Ah.
From Joe Aruda at the Hartford Current. Hurley told me Jalen Stewart has, quote, got a shot for Sunday. He did some live today. We'll do something to try and get him some live reps tomorrow, see how he's feeling, but he's close. I don't want to make any predictions, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. Joe, ask him about Silas DeBoer Jr., please.
Yeah. Why are we? What are we doing?
Here. Okay. Here we go. He did tweet this first. Joe Ruda.
Yes.
Dan Hurley tells me Silas DeMary Jr. has, quote, 2 days now. Obviously, it would help if he got healthy enough to play, especially with the Donovan Dent matchup. We thought he could get there tonight. I know he wanted to be out there, but he couldn't get healthy enough, end quote. That doesn't tell me anything. I don't like that.
That is
I don't like
something that a guy that doesn't want to get his shots at the doctor would say.
Yes. I don't like the way that sounds.
That is
You have to do it on a scale.
insane quote.
You have to, yeah.
That doesn't even make sense.
You have to do it on a scale. If Dan Hurley is saying that he might be dead, he might be dead.
That's where I'm at. Look, this is not a guy that's going to sit out. And I'm telling you, if Silas is out tonight, and not even an option, right? I could totally see Silas if he was fucking crippled. All right. I'm talking Long John Silver with a wooden leg. He would be sitting there going, I'm good for 2 minutes if you need me. And he would dress and he would be good to go if you needed him to do that. And if Silas wasn't good enough to do that, Silas's dad would be in his shit and being like, no, motherfucker, that's what you're doing. And if Dan was like, I don't know if we should do that, Silas's dad would be sitting behind the bench with 2 pimp stick canes ready to go and would be whacking guys the whole time. This is not a guy that is sitting in a big game. There's just nothing about the family and the human. This is not in their DNA. This is not a group of humans that is like, oh, I mean, I'm telling you, if you ran him clean through with a spear, Silas DeMary Jr. would play. That's what's got me concerned about Sunday. That's what's got me concerned about Sunday. And it didn't look good on last weekend. Gosh, we need him on Sunday. I hope this is gamesmanship. I really do. I will tip my cap to Dan if it is gamesmanship. I need it to be gamesmanship for my mental health.
I can't think of anything they care about less. In fact, I would argue enjoy fucking with more than your and I's mental health. I will say that. Anyway, by the way, shout out.
Not even the time to do that.
This is the largest live audience we've had all year, and it's 1:39 in the morning. So I want to thank the 250 of you that are listening to this direct live. So thank 274. We were at 350 when we started. 50 of you were smart enough to go to bed. The rest of you are sitting here, and we appreciate it. I know there's a bunch of people. I know Lil Red, Mal were down there for a game.
They drove all the way down.
They're driving all the way back.
They're driving all the way back.
I'm actually issuing a challenge right now to Lil Red. You guys keep on driving. I'll see you in Boston at TD Garden at 7 p.m. for a Hockey East championship. Prove to me how much you care. That's unfair.
That's a weird thing to put them on the
spot for. It is. I felt hey.
It's only something you care about.
I know.
That's the only,
I know.
The only person that cares. Maybe Steve cares too.
The best is seeing all the people posting that. Well, not a lot of UConn fans here in Boston. I'm like, you know what we're going through at 10:30? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not even there. Anyway, we need Silas Sunday, but tonight without him, just an all-time terrorist performance. And Alec Millender and Malachi Smith, no matter what you thought of them this year, tonight they prevented us from eating absolute shit. And I will always.
What if Alec Millender puts Donovan Dent in hell on Sunday?
Stunt on him. Stunt on him. You're going to plan the longest release 3 in history.
What if he does? What if that's the Alec Millender game and he just goes ape shit? What if the whole run is just a bunch of nonsense?
Sure.
Because this team is addicted to 7-point leads.
The world's ending.
7-point runs. 7-point leads and 7-point runs. That's all you get. We're never going to blow a team out. We're not going to lose. We're not going to win by less than 7. Not going to lose by, unless it's St. John's. So
Confetti will fall on us in Indianapolis and no one will have learned a goddamn thing. It's perfect. Honestly, I'd say it's perfect.
First national champion. I didn't get better at a goddamn thing.
We did it. Did we?
We did it. We accomplished it. All right, gonna go to we got some more people.
I know. I'd argue the 4
crazy
teams can
bastards.
get better at a goddamn thing, but I love them. Sorry, go ahead.
We're gonna go to Happy Rat next. We've got Nathan and Neil sitting in the wings. Kilo is hiding in there somewhere. I'm gonna get another guy in here. But Happy Rat, it's been a little while. It's 1:42 in the morning, so it seems like the perfect time to go to you. You're a dependable 2-hitter in the lineup, so give us your worst.
I thought Terrace Reed played well.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, I thought he was good,
Okay.
and I think in a no escalators fashion, I don't think that Terrace Reed is going to have 30 and 27 in the next game. But I think that perhaps the 3-point shooters will shoot slightly better. I'm not a mathematician, right? I went to UConn, like all of you. Okay, I don't know that, but it seems likely. And I really thought we were done with Mick Cronin. Like, it's so annoying that this rat, I shouldn't use that disparagingly, but that weasel, much worse than a rat. A weasel is much worse.
Don't say things about Hurley Mania like that.
Okay, all right.
Well, he doesn't believe. We understand that. That's fine. But Mick Cronin's a weasel. He's a whiny, little weaselly. If he's a prairie dog, he would have not be a century, been down in the bottom of the prairie dog place where they, and we have to deal with him again?
Yeah.
Come on.
He's the greatest coach in UCLA history.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. He looks like a testicle that is like held together by, like, of all the COVID guys, like Josh Pastner with a full, comment thing was awesome. But like Mick Cronin looked like a testicle held in a sling.
Buzz Williams.
Buzz Williams was there too, but like Mick Cronin was like the thing about Mick, we could talk about all of this.
About which coaches look more like testicles than other coaches.
His head is so like perfectly symmetrical, like it just like cups right in there. And that's the thing that I like so much about it. I was like, it's kind of so weird. It's almost kind of adorable in a weird way. It's fucked up to say, but
Rick Majerus probably takes the crown.
No, he didn't do the COVID thing. He was dead.
No, but he looked like a testicle. That's.
Majerus did not look like a testicle. Why is that the guy that you go to? He
rest in peace.
Googly-eyed, crazy Mormon guy, Keith Van Horn, that went to the NBA, but. Yes, I mean,
this is not what we were. I did not come here to.
Have you seen that shit for the woman where she like pulls a slingshot back and the watermelon and just drills herself in the face? Like, that's Mick Cronin's head coming straight at us on Sunday. Oh. That's where I'm at.
Well, what a coaching matchup! But I can't wait.
Thanks for Millender. Thank you guys, and Mick Cronin. What the hell?
Hey, any last second cheese advice before you sign off?
There's a extra sharp cheddar that Costco has right now that is phenomenal. Oh, unbelievable.
And you are a real Costco cheese go-getter.
He's right there when you
I get cheese from everywhere. These are the ones. I want to give cheese recommendations to the people that can go get them. I'm not going to give you the fancy cheeses that I picked up from, dumpsters behind
because I eat like shit and I don't work out. I'm fat because I eat way too much cheese. I just want to be honest. It's like my weakness. You could kill me in 3 seconds. That's why I got
shoulder to shoulder. That's
just what it is. We all have our faults. Thank you, Happy Rat.
That's not a fault.
It isn't. Okay, Nathan, you're up next, and then we got Neil waiting in the wings, and then I'm going to bring in some more people. This is crazy, dude. We have so many people. What is fucking wrong with you people at 1:45 in the morning? Requesting into this
preach about the gospel of terror.
Dog shit show. Nathan, man, what do you got for us?
I want to wish you a good evening from out here on the edge of the prairie in Minnesota. I've enjoyed about a dozen Hams beers, so take that for what it's worth.
Well, here we go.
How many of the dozen were consumed in the first 20 minutes of the basketball game versus the last 20 minutes?
I would say about 8. Okay. Regardless, I've heard a lot of talk about concerns tonight, like shooting, injuries, rotations, but I'm going to be honest, I had a great time watching UConn basketball tonight. And I also heard a little bit on the broadcast about Zach Edey. Yes. And the strange thing to me is that Zach Edey scoring and rebounding this much was a strategy.
Yes.
Terrace Reed's performance was a necessity.
Yes.
And it was better.
Yeah.
So I'll hang up and listen and continue to drink my hams. Good evening.
Good evening.
Wow. What a left hook from Minnesota
that was yeah, this wasn't let's just go to Terrace Reed and we can, win the game that way. It became that way. It wasn't the plan at about 10:28. Maybe it was, given what the matchup was. But yeah, for them to kind of adapt on the fly, and this was one of those we talk about on the show. We've known it's in there, right, with Terrace and stuff. There was no safety cable tonight. This is the season on the line. It has to be tonight. There's no one to defer to. And in the first half, when Solo and Braylon can't hit water if they fall out of a boat, there's really no one to go to. So it became very clear that when Terrace was in the game, there was nothing Furman was going to be able to do to stop him. So can we please just give Terrace the fucking ball? And so we did.
Yeah.
So we did. He had his first 9, I think, or either 8 or 9. Was great at the foul line too. Just 27 rebounds, and just the motor that he had late in the game. When he played the 35 minutes, but late in the game, the motor was there, man. He was ready to answer the bell and just outmuscle these Furman guys. I think he kind of put him mentally into a place too, where they were like, this, we don't have this in the SoCon. We don't have a guy like this.
Yeah, totally.
I'm interested to see what he does. Obviously, on Sunday, I have a stat for you when I'm doing some pre-research here. A very interesting stat for Sunday.
Give me the math.
UCLA 5th from the bottom of Division I in terms of taking their farthest, the distance of their 2-pointers. Their average 2-pointer is almost 8 feet from the basket. It's one of the worst in D1.
That's not bad.
Houston is second worst, so don't immediately read into that. It is more a testament to Mick Cronin's air quotes offense. So this is a UCLA team that, they're bigger and more skilled than Furman was, but this isn't a team that's looking to just bang on the inside. So it's going to be interesting to see if Terrace can. I'm not expecting 30 and 27 again. We might need it, but I'm not expecting it. It's a matchup where he can eat here, and it's going to have to be the advantage that UConn tries to press here against Xavier Booker.
Yeah, Terrace got to eat every game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what reality is, because if Terrace isn't eating, I mean, he can sell it on the 3-point line, and I'm not sure we have the physicality and the distribution right now to make things happen. All right, we're going to go to Neil next, and then Tim has been waiting patiently in the wings. Oh, my God, Kat is here. We've got some fucking wild people. Neil, what do you got for us? We're going to go to Tim and then Kat, the beer whisperer.
So I just want to give a quick bit of love to Jaden Ross's defense.
Yeah.
We were talking about earlier that Wilkins and House are basically turning into Teddy Allen in the aggregate, and Dan basically glued Jaden to one or both of them at various times in the second half, and they went dead quiet, which allowed us to really take control of the game. And for as up and down as the offense looked, I don't think we control the game all the way to the end as much if Jaden's not locking them the fuck down.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Jaden was the stopper tonight, and I think Jaden is starting to slowly turn into the stopper. A lot of the complaints in the first half were like, why are we not running Jaden Ross more? On either one of the guys that were scoring tonight, whether it was Tommy House or Wilkins tonight, like Jaden, I felt like took enough of the edge off of the scoring in the second half. I wasn't as worried in the first. We scored 40 points and we made 1 3.
Yeah.
Like, that's the other thing. Like, you can sit there and be like, what the fuck? We're not making our shots. Like, that's a really easy thing to kind of fixate on in the first. We scored 40 points, making 1 3. We also gave up 36. And that's the big thing with this team. And that's what I'm most worried about it for Sunday. We don't have Silas. We really do not have a high-level perimeter defender, but maybe Jaden Ross can masquerade as one. And it feels like he's showing that more and more and more as the season goes along. So here's to hoping, right? But I thought Jaden, from rebounding standpoint, shot disruption standpoint, being able to affect off. It's all the Jaden Ross bullshit that we've been talking about for the last 7 to 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
This guy He's not Andre Jackson, but he does a lot of the Andre Jackson shit. That is just not stuff that adds up in a stat sheet, but impacts the game in so many ways. So, maybe we see more of him. I don't know. But either way, I thought, really helped stabilize things defensively tonight. Giving up 71 to Furman, not great tonight. But it wasn't 78, and it certainly wasn't 83. So it was what it needed to be tonight. I thought he settled everything down on the rebounding end. I'm firmly in the camp of more Jaden Ross heading forward.
Yeah, I thought tonight was one of Dan's best performances as a coach that we've had with UConn in terms of substitutions and stuff. He was clearly really intentional with the ways he was, because this was a game you needed coaching in terms of managing the roster you have, and the way that he was able to get Terrace 5 minutes of rest in this game, the way he was able to use Alec Millender in a way that led to, like I said, Alec and Malachi played 40 minutes combined and they had one turnover. It was on a fast break. Of course it was. Which is unbelievable to know because it's hard, because when Malachi's not in the game, you're like, oh, holy shit. Like, what are we going to do? He trusted Alec to play in those spots, but also didn't immediately, when the offense looked clunky. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to get mad that the offense looks clunky when Alec Milner's running the point. Guys, we're in a foxhole. I'm sorry we don't have couches. This is what it is. It's not going to look great. We're not going to run 15, curl sets for Luke Murray. We are down to our third string point guard from IU Indy here. This is what it's going to look like. And it was good enough. It was good enough. And when that happened, by the way, that
from IU Indy.
That needs to be a defensive rotation, because it will not be an offensive rotation. So just hold the fort, try not to die. And they were successful in both regards tonight. And Mally was sensational. Didn't get in foul trouble, thank God. Because, I like Alec, but I don't want 20 minutes of Alec. It's just a great performance by the coaching staff to identify spots. There's that from 15 to 10 minutes in the second half when you kind of had the 9-point lead, and they had Mally out and Terrace out, and they didn't panic. They didn't, you have to absorb some of that, because it allowed them to bring those two guys back in to really close it out.
They actually got a +2.
Yeah.
In that stretch. That's the best thing. I definitely would have probably brought in Mally or Terrace if we got +6. You go from 9 to 6. Okay. You don't want to get it within 2 possessions or 2 threes, I would think. But you got to ride it as long as you can, and you come out +2. That's good game management, guys. That's good coaching.
Yeah, there's going to be a time on Sunday if Styles can't go, where they're going to be a time where Mally isn't in the game. Just let the handlebars go, let him go, and just let God take it. We're just going to have to endure it. And have it
take the wheel.
It's got to not become a 10-0 UCLA run in a minute and a half. That's all that has to be.
You can't play guys full 40 minutes. Well, maybe you can on Sunday just because you got a couple days, you got a week off. But man, that's not ideal. I don't.
Well, I'd like to know.
You have to be able to be willing to ride some sort of combination of human beings for somewhere from 4 to 8 minutes a game to give guys a blow. And if we're up 11, you got to look at it from the standpoint, okay, we're up 11 right now. We've got a cushion. As long as we're +6, probably in a pretty good situation to do this. You get your starters back in. You're holding this to it. You got to kind of look at, I guess I kind of look at it in possessions, right? You're looking at it at, not looking at the number of points. I'm looking at the number of possessions. So you keep it 2 to 3 possessions, somewhere in there. I think you're feeling good with your subs.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
You kind of opened as a 4.5 point favorite over UCLA. That is now down to 3.5, but they don't build casinos in the middle of a desert for nothing. When the Silas news came out, the UConn line went from -20.5 to -21.5, which I thought was hilarious. UConn once again didn't cover, but whatever. They got the win. Before we move through this very long queue, Hotballs, I have another Dan Hurley quote on Silas DeMurray Jr., courtesy of Dave Borges.
No more of these.
Quote, I don't want to make any more predictions. The information that I shared in New York was the information I was provided with. It was close.
New York?
It was close. He tried. Just couldn't get himself to the point where he felt like he could go. He's got 2 more days, and the same with Jalen Stewart. We'll see how it goes. Unquote. Sidebar.
That's some Donald Trump ass shit.
Sidebar. Why the fuck did he come back into the St. John's game? Like, what what was there to be gained from that?
Nothing.
It looked like he got more hurt. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but like that's why we harp
He definitely got more hurt. That was a very meathead thing that we did.
That was why we harp on these guys with you, because I bring it up because you alluded to it. Like, you can't run these guys into the ground. He didn't play tonight because he played all the minutes in New York, but it didn't friggin' help.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
no.
This is why thing about they got to beat teams by more over the season. Well, why do you care about the margins? Because when you're beating teams by more, Silas and Alex and Terrace can play fewer minutes and be fresher now. Yeah. That's why it matters. It's not just about having a really nice KenPom number. That's why in January and February that shit did matter. Right now, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Win it as ugly as you can. But you do that shit in January and February so you can give them a fucking break so that this time of year the team isn't falling fucking apart, which it might be. But they won tonight. They figured it out. And maybe they'll figure it out Sunday. I hope they do. And if they figure it out Sunday, we're going to feel fabulous for next week. See what it is. Let's take a shot at Michigan State, Duke, or St. John's again. But they got to get through Sunday now, and tonight was the first step. But don't run guys into the friggin' ground.
Yeah. We said it in January, man. Like, this is where this was headed. And it's what killed them in 2022. Like, RJ Cole, Tyrese Martin look like zombies in the first round. I mean, it's just... But maybe we don't have to worry about it. Let's be optimistic. We won tonight. All right. I'm not sure if Coach Tim Cooper, he requested. I don't know if he's in here. Tim, you're here. Going once. And going twice.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Is this Tim?
Yeah, I'm here.
Coach Tim Cooper, what do you got for us, man?
I was just wanted to chime in about, like, we got to Sunday. Like, I get it was tough. Tonight sucked. Like, but we have UCLA Sunday night. Like, let's go. Like, I don't want people, like, the negatives, whatever it is, what it is. 8:45 Sunday night, we have a game to go to the Sweet 16. Like, who cares about the negatives?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like, start focusing on the positives. Like, we're 6 years ago, we would have loved to be here.
Yeah, no, it's amazing that 6 straight years in the tournament, they have now won a game in the tournament 4 straight years, which is no guarantee. I mean, it's the first rounds are hard. They're maybe not the last year and this year weren't the sexiest for first rounds, but they won them. We got a hell of a show last year in the second round, and they damn nearly slayed the giant. And Sunday they got another shot. And
like Iona in 2022, before we won the national championship, like the first half, we didn't look good. Like, it was bad.
Didn't look good in the first half against St. Mary's either.
Yeah. And then went on to win the national championship. So, like, we're going to be all right. Like, that's my thing. Like, let's take... We got a Sunday night date to go to the Sweet 16. Like, I just want people to, like, realize, like, enjoy it. This team is good.
Yeah, they've got it. Like, they've got enough other weapons. UCLA is a tough matchup, but they've got they're still favored. And I'm going to, we're talk ourselves into it and be hopeful on the Silas front. But even if Silas can't go, it doesn't mean they can't win the game. I saw some of that shit. That's not true. Like, but I assure you, UCLA doesn't want this matchup, but this is the matchup they've got because you just got to fight your way out of the room. And
so what do you guys think, like, UCLA's fans are thinking right now? They have to play UConn.
Yeah, like, nobody's feeling good.
This
is something I keep coming back to.
In California, like, I feel great because we have to play UConn.
Yeah, well, and this is something I keep going back to. I've talked about it all year. Like, man, what fan base feels fantastic right now outside of, like, maybe Arizona and Florida?
Or I was going to say Florida.
Yeah, but like, they just got fucking jammed by Vanderbilt the other day. And, like, it's just, this is just one of those years, man. Like, I know watching this team just live on 7-point leads and 7-point runs doesn't make people feel warm and fuzzy, and like it never puts games out of reach where you feel good about it.
7-point leads wins games, though.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right?
7-point leads wins games.
Like Duke's an infirmary. Arizona may or may not shoot threes on a given night. Michigan State has worse turnover issues than we do.
Yeah.
Iowa State can't hit a free throw.
Let's win by 7.
Houston has 2 guys that can score. Like, this whole tournament, Purdue and Illinois can't defend their own shadow. So it's like, you just look across the country and there's just, it's just one of those years where, like, I tell people, like, if you have that feeling of existential dread, like, you really need to step outside the UConn bubble, because everybody but, like, maybe 2 teams right now should be sitting in that. I mean, who do you even feel great about getting to a Final Four right now? I mean, Michigan and Arizona and Florida probably, but like, that TCU team was built in a crystal meth lab. We watched that yesterday.
That's going to be incredible tomorrow. They could do anything.
With a just severely injured Duke team. St. John's doesn't have guards. And Kansas has Darren Peterson, but Darren might not play. And then Louisville hits 3 some days, and some days they don't. Their best player just, I think, is done. Michigan State can't score. UCLA is them. Like, Florida has a backcourt that shows up on days and it doesn't other days. Iowa has the best player in the Big Ten and nobody else. Like, this whole fucking thing is a joke this year. So, like, if you get into, like, not feeling confident about UConn's chances long term, like, I feel like you can apply it to anybody, and it's one of those years where it's like, man, just bet on your own guys. Just bet on your own guys that they're going to fuck up less shit than everybody else is. And we may or we may not. It is what it is. I don't feel like anybody this year, like, if Arizona got bounced in a bunch of stupidity from Utah State because Utah State decides to hit 19,000 3-pointers tomorrow, like, I don't think there's a single loss the rest of this way in this tournament this year that is like some sort of long-term indictment on any program. And it's not me trying to, like, be Mr. Whatever. We have expectations at UConn. I want to get to an Elite Eight. Like, I feel like that. You get to an Elite Eight, it's a successful season. We've had better teams in this that lose earlier. We've had worse teams that will lose later and win more things. You get to that second weekend, a bunch of shit happens. I'm fine in Elite Eight, I guess. But, like, that's everybody else. And this is just one of those years where there's just not, like, enough OG teams where I'm like, fuck. So why not us, you pussies?
Why not us? I'm right on guy with these guys. Like,
I like Coach Tim getting in here and giving a little positivity, rattling the lockers.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
That's what we need. I feel I'm ready to run through a wall. Well, not really. I'm going to kind of fall asleep into the wall. But
none of us are running through a wall. We're kind of more waddling through this shit, but, like, that's everybody.
I get, like, this team is frustrating. I get it. Like, they're very frustrating. But as you sit back, think about when, like, I don't want to be cliche, like they have a second round game Sunday night in Philly. Should be a home game.
Maybe.
How can we complain about that?
Yeah.
Oh, it won't be a road game. I know that. Tonight was what the Furman fans were great, but, like, UCLA is not exactly packing them in here. So, yeah, it's,
I don't know.
Pressure is a privilege and all that. So
I feel like we've and Little Red, I'm going to shout him out. He's my guy. I see him on there listening. We talk about it a lot. He's like, I feel like we take this shit for granted. Like, how good we are.
I mean, like, I don't.
We gotta realize, like,
the AAC
we're not going to win the national championship every year.
Yeah,
it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, what we're facing this year, we kind of addressed it a couple spaces ago. We realized, like, every year there is a team that is the 12th best team in the country, and, like, it's like their fans, whoever it is, like don't know if the team's good or like think the team should be better. There just is somebody who's like the 12th to 15th best team in the country every year. They can still do things like win a national championship though. And like, this is the time. It's not about the resume anymore. It's about just fucking figuring it out on that 8:45 Sunday night. Figure it out. Solve the problem. Next week doesn't matter. Last game doesn't matter. Sunday night, figure out UCLA. And
yeah,
I think
this time of year is not style points, man. Like, if we're just going to go on 7-0 runs for the rest of the season,
fine.
Sign me up.
Yeah, I just don't
sign me up.
Just don't give them up.
7-0 runs, get me a natty. I want natty number 7. That's all I want.
Yep.
Like that's
7's a lucky number, baby.
I don't care what I get to. Just get me to April 6th and national championship number 7. That's all I want.
That's it. Is that so much? Is that too much to ask? I don't think so.
I mean, in the past couple of years, they made it look easy. So,
I also think we're old men. I think it's so cool that they're playing UCLA in the NCAA tournament on Sunday.
Yeah, in 1996.
I know. If we want to uncover the trauma.
From 1996.
By the way, you want to speak of a game that was defense optional, by the way.
Scored 37 points. Tyus Edney. Yeah, fuck that guy,
defense. Too. Nobody played any defense. That was a 102-96 game.
Fuck them.
Jim
Herrick, fuck him.
Yeah. Fuck Ed O'Bannon. Fuck him. No, not fuck him, actually. We owe him a lot.
He actually was.
Fuck Ed O'Bannon.
He was the start to the NIL thing.
I know. Which I'm fine with, but I hated losing the video game.
Toby Bailey. Remember Toby Bailey?
Oh, dude, that team was awesome. That is a lot of teams don't get their flowers. I think that 95 UCLA team was offensively just. I think,
and Ray Allen almost beat them by himself. People don't remember that.
Yeah,
I was 6 years old.
I was coming back from Disney World on that. I was at Disney World watching us piece up Joe Smith in Maryland, and Eric Haywood putting Joe Smith in jail of all the players in UConn.
I actually thought of it tonight with the Millender shit. I was like, what's the most random NCAA tournament moment? It might have been Eric Haywood.
Eric Haywood fucking piecing Joe Smith up, the National Player of the Year. And then, I mean, look, that was it was what it was. It was a sprint, right? They had 6 more points in them than we did. But that team
102-96, right?
That team iced so many good that UCLA team was fucking defensively, a little bit to desire. All right. Offensively, I would put them up there with us. I'd put them up there with those UNLV teams. Like that team offensively was so hard to stop from scoring. They had that's like one of the most athletic basketball teams I've ever seen in my life. Like that, if there was like a national champion and I was like, hey, you guys can't play basketball, but you got to play like football or baseball or fucking water polo or field hockey or some shit. That's the team that was figured out. They were the most wildly athletic group I've ever seen in my life. And they were one coast to coast away from us never having to think about them. Ever.
Yep. Don't be mad at them. Be really mad at Missouri. We ball.
Coach Tim, really appreciate you calling in tonight, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on. I brought up a lot of old memories because now I'm going back to like 94, 95, Ryder, Daniel Marshall.
Oh, we relived the Mississippi State trauma more than anybody.
Mississippi State, Ray Allen's last game. Yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Be good, Tim.
Let's go. 8:45 Sunday night. Let's ride.
There we go, man. All right. Going to go to, Kat next, and then we're going to go to Jay, and then we're going to go to Husky Hop. So, Kat, the beer smuggler, what do you have for us tonight? What did you sneak into Philadelphia? You filthy woman, you.
I snuck in a small bag of pretzels, a couple of small bags of gummy bears, and an Arnold Palmer.
There it is.
2 bags of chips.
Two
bags of chips. You're right. 2 bags of chips.
This woman has like a magic booze pouch in her body somewhere where we walked into the BYU game, and I swear, Hurley Mania was there. This is a human being that walked like she was not hiding anything. Hands on one stairwell railing, pushed the door open with another, totally on balance, like nothing happened. And then we're like walking up the fucking escalator, and she like reaches into her fucking pants. I don't even want to know what was going on, and like just pulls a full beer with no top on it.
It was a
fucking can of beer, a fucking plastic cup beer, like completely out of her ass.
Oh,
and he just starts like casually drinking it. I'm like, where the fuck did that beer come from? And she's like, oh, I stashed it. And this is the same woman that at the Final Four like leapt into it. Like that was a bad moment for me at the Final Four when she leapt into the cab with two full, also not covered fully beers at 3 a.m. The beer smuggler cat. I don't even know. It's disgusting. I don't even want to know what the secret is, but
yeah, she pulled it. It was a full gin and tonic.
Caverns.
The whole thing. The whole goddamn thing just out, and it was like at least 80% full. Like, this is spillage full. This is body control that, like, most modern athletes don't have. Just spill that all over his head. It's so fucked up. I was impressed, but Kat, what do you have for us tonight other than just smuggling things over borders and places that they shouldn't be?
A short story about an interaction on the concourse.
Oh God!
There was a group of men dressed as the founding fathers. A lot of powdered wigs. We thought maybe a bachelor party. I don't know. They were there for Furman. We're on the concourse before the UConn game even starts, and Silas's whole family is on the concourse. And like Ben Franklin goes up to Silas's aunt and is like, "Oh, you like UConn? Fuck you. You're gonna lose.
Oh, no.
Fuck you. Fuck UConn. I'll see you after the game." And Silas's aunt is just like, "I'll be standing right here." Like over and over again. She just goes, "I'll be standing right here. I'll be standing right here. I'll be standing right here." Like really unbothered, very calm, just over and over, like, "I'll be standing right here. I'll be standing right here." And we're just like, my fucking brain is exploding. I'm just like, holy shit. You know? And he's like, "Oh, I'm the good Ben Franklin." We're like, "Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here." And she's just like, "I'll be here after the game. I'll be standing right here. I'll see you after the game." Over and over and over again. Just a family of dogs. Just insane. Oh,
God. He's got to play on Sunday.
Right? Yes.
So many people are going to get hurt.
He's got to play on Sunday.
To play on Sunday. Please play on Sunday. If he can't play, you think his aunt's going to go? She could pass a physical.
Right? Yes. I would put her out there.
Just slapping guys.
Any member of that family. Any member of that family could be on the court.
I love it.
I love the Damaris. Nobody's into this more than they are.
Nobody cares. Some gave all. That was a late night in that building, by the way, for you guys.
I was tired and cranky.
Did you
no more Bill of Rights? Do not believe in the Bill of Rights.
Did you
They're not in the Bill of Rights.
UCLA, Cat, and UCF just see how long they could drag a basketball game out on a Friday night?
I got so mad at Mick when he called that timeout, and I saw the sweat coming through his suit jacket. I was like, "You motherfucker!"
I was the only one in the fan base who was good with it because I was dealing with the hockey shit and it gave me time to pad it. But I was like, "This is ridiculous. This basketball game is taking this long. What's going on?" And then I got like an alert from Apple that the game was delayed. I was like, what? And then people were like, well, one guy lost a tooth. There's blood everywhere. I was like, okay.
Yeah, shout out to the guy that lost his tooth in the UCLA game tonight.
He said he's putting it under his pillow tonight. I like that. That's
legit.
Maybe they're going to find Tyler Bilodeau under the pillow. I really want him not to play. I want him not to play as much as I want Silas to play.
Won't find the Furman Ben Franklin guy. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
He can go the fuck home.
Find that guy.
After France for negotiating, he goes.
He did not return to the spot after the game. He was not there.
And you were standing right there.
I'll be standing right
messing with the Damaris.
here.
That's got to be a
Holy
UConn pastime.
shit.
I can't wait to the women's
I
tournament
would-
gets a little later because they're going to be really upset about what we do to South Carolina, by the way.
I would put that on a shirt. I'll be standing right here. Like,
Did
I'll
you
be standing
Did you get
right here.
any FU buttons? I enjoyed seeing the FU merchandise.
That would have been good. No, we didn't get any. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Our guy Sam Fetterman got an FU all the time button, which I thought was great.
That's good.
That is good.
Yeah, no, it's one of the cool things about this tournament is like, that's a program that's been a really good program in the SoCon for like 10 years, and we're not going to play them unless it's in this tournament. And tonight we got.
I'm telling you that their coach is a stud.
Yeah, I didn't think
that guy.
I thought he was good tonight.
Really
like
good.
his coaching plan.
I think it was
like he's a good coach, or like you're into him.
Well, it's
stop. All right. Stop. That shit with you people. No.
You people.
No.
Wow. That's unbelievable. He even said it.
That shit right now.
I'll be standing right here.
No.
God damn it.
No. 9.
German. That's even worse.
So, yeah. Mildly attractive guy. He's got completely eyes.
Hold on. I don't want to do the Bob Ritchie glazing. Like, it wasn't brilliant coaching where Solo and Braylon shoot 1 for 14. Like, stop.
It was brilliant coaching, though, where they shot 20% over what they should.
It was brilliant recruiting to get Alex Wilkins out of Mattapan. How the fuck Boston College let that kid go is beyond my comprehension.
That is no good. No bueno. Bad.
Yeah.
Or UMass, for that matter.
Well, they got bigger problems. Yeah, that's a guy who should be the head coach at one of those institutions, but those institutions don't care about men's basketball. So here we are. We had to deal with him tonight, and that kid's going to get so much money in the transfer portal. Budget down there at Furman, so we'll see. I wouldn't hate having Alex Wilkins as a backup next year. Wouldn't be the worst thing we've ever done. But that's for an off.
Wow, you're already there. You're already there, just taking notes on the guys that we've played.
It's all about Sunday.
They already are.
But I'm keeping tabs.
Ay. What are we gonna do?
Thank you, Kat, for representing in the building. I know it wasn't a huge UConn turnout by all accounts, but definitely.
Are you guys going back tomorrow, or are you guys heading back to Jersey?
Yeah, we're gonna be there Sunday. We're gonna go back. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, we're almost. I was gonna say we're on the way home now. Like I'm almost home because Philly's not that far for us.
Yeah,
so we're just
North Jersey,
Yeah. Commuters, not overnighters.
No, not for Philly at least.
Because it's going to be. I'm just looking. Tennessee, Virginia is the early game there, and then UCLA, UConn. Interested to see the ticket to get in price might not be too bad. I think you'll get a bunch of Virginia fans, but I don't think you're getting a huge Tennessee or UCLA contingent. So, if folks want to pile down there, I'll take a look real quick and see what the secondary prices are on there. But it's Jesus Christ, Florida won by 59. Good Lord. Sorry, that's so many.
Fucking smoked them
so
tonight.
many points. Oh,
Much rather would have played Prairie View or A&M tonight than Furman. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that one.
Smuggled a whole fucking basketball in. We didn't talk about that.
Okay, well, what?
Oh my God! So
it was actually a mini. It was a mini basketball. It's a mini basketball. But it said Maker's Mark, and Megan had it. Megan had it going in, and their security guard's like, "You can't bring this in." And she's like, "We just got this. We just got this at the.
Of course you can.
We got it at the UConn pregame. You know, like that's where we got it." And the guy's like,
does.
"You can't bring this in," you know. And so she's, "What did you say? Like, what if I hide it?"
Like, okay, but what if
just hating
I
up
said, what if you
equipment at the
don't?
bar.
I was like, what if you don't see me bring it in? Is it okay? Well, I'm not going to be looking. And I was like, okay. So I hid it in my jacket. And then as I was walking in, he starts yelling at the security guards, like,
right,
like, has a basketball. She has a basketball.
Yeah.
Get her, get her, get her, get her.
Like, we get through the metal detectors, we get past, like, all of that, and we're, like, scanning tickets, and this guy's, like, yelling, like, she has a basketball! She has a basketball! And Megan's like, just get the tickets out, just get the tickets out, just go. And I'm in my head, I'm like doing, like, the John Wood, and I'm like, be quick, but don't hurry, be quick, but don't hurry. We gotta move fast, but not rush. And he's like yelling, they've got a basketball! They've got a basketball! Stop them! And we're like, we're going in. So, like, yeah, Megan also got a little mini basketball inside today, too. And I forgot you asked what we smuggled in. A little mini Maker's Mark basketball also came in.
Oh, my God.
With us.
That's
Pablo Escobar, if you're out there listening, I got 2 people that you can make a lot of money off of. Driving back to their homes in New Jersey. Disgraceful.
That's wild.
I feel like it's like a game for you guys. Like, let's just see how much shit we can glass, metal, rubber.
It absolutely is.
What material can we get through the Guards Canyon at a major college basketball game?
It definitely is.
You two are a menace. You're the best.
Thanks, guys.
Be good, Kat. Stop stealing shit, all right?
Never.
By the way,
safe travels, ladies.
Sunday hop
Thank
balls.
you.
Sunday hop balls. This is
great to talk to you guys.
Great to talk to you too. Glad you survived tonight with your basketball.
Thank you.
Sunday hop balls. It's not just the NCAA tournament. NIT action. Seattle at Auburn. 6:30.
I love that we have this distraction.
Seattle at Auburn and UNLV at Tulsa. UNLV will be playing at the same time we are playing an NCAA tournament game. It's your dream.
I might double screen and then a UConn tournament game. It's so bad.
The UNLV NIT game. It's so late. It's 2:30 in the morning.
We're going to get to Husky Hops in a second. Jay Corman, your first time, maybe long time, but this is the first time I've seen you here, so I'm going to let you in early, man. What do you got for us, brother?
Definitely first time, long time. Appreciate you guys having me in. I might be a little drunk right now watching the greatest pay-per-view of all time, ECW One Night Stand 2006.
Oh, yeah. Of course. They're all coming in tonight. They're all coming in tonight.
Yeah, Paul Heyman, he was, oh my God. But anyway, I'll keep it short because it's almost, 2:30 in the morning. I absolutely adore, especially in the Dan Hurley era, kind of the high level freshmen he's been able to bring in. Obviously, Castle and Klingon were a little bit probably under recruited based off how well they're performing in the NBA, but obviously with McNeely being a top guy, and then obviously Braylon Mullins coming in. I think we've all seen what Mullins can do. He's phenomenal, and I'm definitely going to keep it positive. But, I'm just wondering what you guys think about his performance over the past couple of months. I mean, I was at MSG, obviously tonight. I think there was one shot where he just, completely missed the rim. And we obviously know what kind of a player he is, right? He's Mr. Indiana. I believe he was mocked 12 to OKC in the last mock draft I saw. So I guess just overall your guys' thoughts on kind of his performance. Obviously we're going to need him, but like kind of what's going on with him in general. He didn't have a bad game tonight and we know what he is defensively, but kind of just overall what you guys think has kind of been going on.
Hurley Mania, this is you.
Is this, sorry, you're asking me about Braylon, right? About his performance?
Correct. Correct.
I think it's the freshman wall. I think it's the physicality has taken a toll here. He's an 18-year-old. He's played played about 25 games, I guess, in the Big East. Had to play 3 games in 3 days. Very hostile environment last week, especially the third one. Did not go well. And, tonight doesn't go well, but it's, different basketball. It's a big high pressure moment. It's what you build for. It's your one, in theory, we'll see, NCAA tournament run. It's all hyped up. And it's just, I think this all seems mental to him. We've never seen him. The shots are missing by more and more, the 3-pointers. Mid-range game is good. I don't love it as a shot, but it's fucking going in and the threes aren't. So I'd like to see him drive a little more to get space. I'm interested tonight. You would think against Furman would have been an opportunity, and he did it a little late in the first half, but then went right on back to let's just shoot threes in the second half, and they're not going down. He's not this bad. This is not really who he is. He looks tired. He looks worn down a little bit.
Yeah.
And Liam McNeely got there last year and they still almost beat Florida, but he looked tired and worn down at the end. I did like that. Braylon had a couple of big defensive plays late in this game he's not a defensive player, but late in the game, he made some big plays to get him possessions and prevent that thing from getting really hairy. So in terms of his shot, it's all confidence. These don't look close. That's my concern, is they're only getting farther away. I don't know if it's a simple adjustment. He's never been in a funk like this where now he had a SoCon team leaving him open on purpose. I don't think Mick's going to do that on Sunday, to leave him open, because they know and respect the skill sets there. But he's got to fight through it mentally. And tonight, listen, they're still alive. They're still in this thing. It's easy to say, but they can wash all that shit away by just having a solid performance Sunday. He doesn't need to go out Sunday and shoot 7 of 9 from 3. He just needs to not be 0 of 9 from 3, and just chip in little amounts. They only need 10 from him. They've got enough offense, and it's just hard. It's all mental for him, I think, right now. I really do.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's mental, but I also think there's something. You brought up a really good point. That freshman wall is a real significant thing with certain guys, where there's certain guys that can just take it all on and do what they need to do and do their thing. And there's other guys that they are able to maintain a certain level of performance for so long, until they get to the end of the season, you start to see it fall off a little bit. And that's a physicality thing. And so I don't think it's entirely unfair to say, hey, maybe he's sucking wind a little bit here, coming down the stretch, and, he's kind of, I don't want to get too existential here, but seeing a little double vision, right? I don't think he's this bad of a 3-point shooter. But his mid-range game has been great. I think he's at a point in his career where he's got to need to depend on more than just his 3-point shot. He's got to be able to create off the bounce. He's got to be able to incorporate his mid-range game, which let's be honest, his mid-range has been awesome for the most part, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's got to find more ways to impact the game. The thing that I want to see from Braylon, I think he's just such a nosy basketball player that he's going to find a way, somehow, some way, to score the ball, whether it's a 3-point shot, a midi, making back cuts. Braylon's going to score the ball. What I need to see from Braylon heading forward is defense that's just not lazy. That's what I think has concerned me the most with him in the last month. Tonight he had 2 fouls that were hopelessly lazy. Got beat on the baseline, got a little handsy, and grabbed a guy for no other reason than just to kind of do it. And the first one looked like a little bit out of frustration, right? That's the kind of stuff he can't be doing, because he could be a liability. But I'm not, as long as he can kind of play within himself, play below average defense, depend on his instinct for scoring. I would prefer that it's the 3-point scoring. I really would. But if it's not, just find a way to impact the game, get 10 points on the board, get a couple rebounds and a couple key plays defensively. Don't be a saloon door coming off the perimeter, and like he's fine. That's what they need him to be. Whether he can be that, does he have the gas tank for it? We're gonna see, but like that's, I guess, how I'm looking at him right now. I don't know if any of that makes sense.
No, I completely agree, and that I think that makes a ton of sense. But selfishly, could you guys imagine him with Colbin Landrew coming in next year? I mean, I don't see anything that says that he's potentially coming back, but I mean that would kind of be all time for this team heading into next year. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, we'll take care of next year kind of thing. I'm still worried about Sunday.
No, true.
But
true.
I mean, like, look, I mean, well, if we were going to get into, a conversation, right, about what the team probably needs to fix from a roster construction standpoint, it's just a more physical guard or a more physical wing to complement shooters. And I think everybody would probably agree with that. Colbin Landrew is built like fucking juggernaut.
He's so awesome. He's
like 6'5", 6'7".
Yeah,
and he's built like a fucking linebacker.
He's awesome.
I like Colbin a lot. There's like, I'm telling you, I don't really get too horny for UConn recruits. I think this guy's got like more physicality to him than Steph did.
No, I think this dude's a motherfucker.
I think this isn't like an NFL running back / linebacker, like a running back, a fullback / linebacker, like decided to play wing in basketball, and his like skill is not even refined yet.
Like if that's Mike Allstott could shoot a basketball, that would be him.
And he still has no fucking idea what he's doing. Like, I cannot. He was the best player in the state in Georgia, and he still has. He doesn't have a fucking clue what he's doing. So I don't ride the guy. But he's a guy who's just not honed in on basketball the last 3 years. He's been kind of like justifiably a very 50-50 football basketball player, as he should be. I mean, he was a guy that was like literally fielding tons of SEC offers as a football player and tons of national offers as a basketball player. And then was like, I don't think I want to turn my brains into applesauce. So, I am going to play basketball. And he's a top 20 guy nationally and has not even like remotely fixated in on basketball until this year. I don't think he's one and done, but there's also like totally a world where he comes in early next year and people are like, what the fuck is he? Like, what is this guy? And then by the end of the year, he's like a top 5 player in college basketball. Like,
I completely agree.
There's like a world. And then like, if he comes back for a second year, like that guy is like, I'm telling you, he is a nuclear bomb. I think his potential's so high. He's my favorite UConn recruit in the Dan Hurley era.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Outside of Sanogo, he's the guy who was probably bleeding about like a lamb earliest. And I think he's so much better than Adama ever thought about being at his age, just in terms of like his motor, mental capacity. I am all in on Colbin Landrew, but I'm with you. Like, we don't have a physical. We got to get this shit done this year. We need look. I think there's like 7 or 8 guys you could have taken from the last. You put Tyrese Martin on this team, they're a runaway national title contender. You put Andre Jackson on this team, runaway national title contender. You put Steph Castle on this team, runaway national title contender. You put Cam Spencer on this team, probably runaway. Like, there's just a lot of guys that I just think have a certain amount of physicality that sort of outkicks what the physical frame looks like, that this team just sort of lacks. Again, it could be good enough. Like, that's the thing. Like, I want to get back to Coach Tim's shit here. Like, you got to be more positive than you got to be negative about it. Like, look what we are without that, right? And without that might be good enough. Like, quite literally could be enough. Like, sevens could be the thing. That could be the theme of the rest of the year, right? But like, they just lack that real physical, dynamic performer on the wing. Jaden's masquerading as it right now, which I love. I hope he continues to do that.
It's great. It's awesome. It's not what I was expecting.
I love him. I'm going to sound him and Silas and Ryba are the three guys they got to get back next year. We'll talk plenty of time to talk about this shit in the off season, but like those, to me right now, that's the holy trinity. You got to get Silas back. You got to get Jaden back. You got to get Ryba back. I'll take Solo back. There's some other guys that I'd be happy to take back, but like those are the three guys I feel like there's no conversation. You got to do whatever you got to do. Unless they get drafted. Have a great March. Could happen, right? But like those are the guys, if you're telling me today we got to get back, we got to get those three back. And I'm good.
Anyway, guys, I know it's pretty late, so I'll let you pass it on to Husky HPU. But really appreciate it, guys. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you guys on Sunday night for UCLA. Go Huskies!
Thank you, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
All right, we're gonna go to Husky Hops, and we're gonna have Sam Fetterman bring us home. God, we give you guys so much content, you crazy bastards.
Too much content.
We have 173 idiots listening to what is wrong with you people.
And we have a guest on now, a man who is flying on his own wings for the last 24 hours. How about Flynn Clayman and those High Point Panthers?
Cinderella is alive and well in the City of Roses. Good evening. Well, I guess good morning to you people, but good evening here. It's still Friday here in Portland.
Must be nice.
Yeah, I don't know how you people watched that game, the UConn game, at 10:30 at night. Cause I mean, watching it here at 7:30 was enough of a nuisance. So, props to you all, you sick people.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's when the game was on, so I really didn't have much of a choice here. Like, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna conk out. We'll see how this looks in the morning. No. We're loyal to our appointed rounds here at 2:38 in the morning Eastern time. But enough of I'll get your thoughts on the game. Then I just want to only ask you about what you've experienced because I find that far more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like a nuisance of a game, truthfully. Like, and I guess kind of, as you guys said at the top of the show, it's the same thing that it's been all year. It's, the stats look good. Like you look up, we're doubling them up on rebounds and we've taken, a bajillion more shots than they have and everything like that. But the 3-pointers aren't falling and, the lead stays at 7. So it's just it's the same thing. And we kind of said, that it would be, Furman's size didn't feel like it made a ton of difference because Terrace just decided to, go beast mode and full on Revenant Bear tonight. So that was nice to see. Without that, I don't want to know where we'd be, but yeah, I think, it left him open a couple of times. And of course, like no one can hit a 3 anymore. So we're not allowed to have nice things. But other than that, they got through it in the end. Did just enough.
They did. They did. I mean, Terrace was incredible, but what was incredible, the highlight of day one of the NCAA tournament, before your very eyes in Portland, you saw a man who hasn't hit a 2-pointer all year, streaking away. I want to Husky Apps. I want to know your thoughts as a
Valkyrie with his wings in full extension on the chariot of life.
And he hasn't hit a 2 all year because you follow that team. As he's running down there, what is your mental state?
Well, it was at that point, leading up to that sequence, it was at one point Wisconsin was up by 4. It was 82-78. So Chase comes down, hits a corner 3, gets it to 82-81. Going back the other way, we have to play him straight up because at that point, down by 1 and no one can make a stop anymore. and they drive in the lane, and Nick Boyd, he's the kind of guy that you hate to play against because he's just shifty, and he's also like 25. I mean, Chase is 26, but or however old Nick Boyd is. I mean, he was on the FAU Final Four team, 3 years ago, and then he's on the SDSU team, and now he's at Wisconsin. But he drives and tries to do like a little reverse layup, and it's short, and then I just see Chase streaking down the court, like you said, and I'm like, the ball goes up, and it felt like it was in the air for an hour. And then it came down. It was all really at that point just a blur. And then it came down, and Chase took 2 steps and laid it in. It's funny. I saw people online afterwards being like, I can't believe, in that situation, I would have smoked the layup. And truthfully, I would have done the same. I mean, I'm not exactly, a freak athlete myself, but, when you're running like that full speed, trying to make that layup in the little finger roll, it's probably the only chance he had to make it, because he's not going to dunk the ball, and to try and go around and do it the old fashioned way isn't going to work either. So just remarkable that he ended up doing that, and then you get a block and a stop and ultimately hang on. But the story wrote itself, like in terms of how he was able to do that. So I said before it happened, like before the game, I was like, if they had won a tournament game and I wasn't in the building to see it, I would have been a lifelong regret. So I'm glad to not have a lifelong regret. I'm glad to have a lifelong memory instead.
Yeah, it was only the second most ridiculous shot he hit in that game. That mid-court 3 was what the fuck? Like, just an all-time terrible decision that I loved. He just, down to 8, he just pulls up from the logo.
Yeah, pulls from Spokane down by 8 points. It's just like,
all I could think of was, who was the guy? I asked you this. Who was the guy last year on the team who you kept posting the gif of him like mean mugging?
Oh yeah, Trey. Yeah, so Trey was he was the starter. Well, no, he wasn't a starter. He was a starter 2 years ago. And then last year Chase took his spot. But yeah, Trey was kind of a similar thing. Trey was a little bit of a different build, in which he was a 3-point shooter, but he could also kind of get to the 10 a little bit more. But yeah, Trey had the mean mug, and he just, took over the Big South Championship last year. And he was kind of the same guy who sort of pull up from the logo too. But just, yeah, I mean, it's funny, like in the moment, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's a fine shot, because like it's in rhythm, he can shoot it from wherever. I have no issue with that.
That's a fine shot. No, you shouldn't shoot from there. I mean, that's awesome though. That rules.
Just unbelievable, man. But
yes, you get Darius Acuff in 12 hours.
I gotta be honest, I'm excited to watch. I mean, like, obviously rooting for HP to win, of course, and I'll be covering the game for Jaden, but man, like I didn't get to really watch the Arkansas Hawaii game because I was, busy writing in the back there. So, as to who's going to guard him, I have no idea. Probably nobody. So yeah. We'll just see what happens.
That's not a high point thing. That's an everybody. The answer is nobody.
Yeah. And this is a very different matchup than Wisconsin, because Wisconsin can, everyone can shoot threes on that team, but their bigs were kind of, their feet were sort of stuck in the mud. This Arkansas team is just freak athletes everywhere. Like, Trevin Brazil's been here for 4 years, and, you've got Acuff, you've got Malik Thomas, you got all, like, the things that they were doing in the SEC tournament were just stupid. Like, they're throwing alley-oops, and they're, guys are hitting ridiculous dunks and taking off from the free throw line and getting to the hoop. Like, I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm just thrilled that we're still alive and that we're here, and that I was able to be here to see everything.
Well, it's an all-time memory that you got, and I'm thrilled that you're out there to cover it. I'm thrilled that you get the late tip on tonight as opposed to the early one.
Yeah.
It's been fun having you on our shows, but also appreciating the ride that you get to go on out there. And I would have been really sad if you weren't in the building for it, so I'm thrilled you were. So thank you, Husky Ops. You're doing a great job with Jaden's site covering that regional and covering your Panthers. And I wish them a lot of luck tonight, but even if that goes to absolute shit, you've got yesterday forever. And I'm happy for you with that, because that's really cool. That's the sort of perspective. I know you're a UConn fan, but that's the perspective we literally will never have. Like, that's not happening to us, sort of thing. And it's so cool when that comet hits for whoever it does every year. And it just hit for you guys, the Little old school with the $4 million NIL budget and the incredibly well apportioned.
Very well moneyed school with a $4 million NIL.
But it was still really cool. Still really cool.
Little old us. What they going to say now, Jay?
You guys have a very good baseball team there too, by the way.
Yeah, the selfie you took, the stressful selfie was so good. That was so funny.
Yeah, my face was going to melt off. Like, I just could not believe, because at that point I think they took the lead at 83-82. And Flynn called a timeout, which was interesting because it sort of gave Wisconsin an opportunity to set up a play. And at that point I'm like, think Boyd's going to score. Like, we can't stop him. And then, our 6'8" center comes over and makes a block. And he's like the off-ball help defender, and he makes a block.
Good for Yusuf, by the way, who got a lot of screen time there right when the game ended. That was awesome to see Yusuf involved with that.
More teams should put Yusuf on them because he just seems to win a lot. So, yeah, that's all I got. But thank you guys, and hope to have you watch tomorrow if you're awake.
Thank you, Husky Hops. Best of luck tomorrow night. That was great. Well, we Hop Balls, we go from one Daily Dose of Hoops correspondent to another here, I think. It's Sam's in the list.
Yeah, I got Sam back in. He's back in here. He's probably going to say, I told you so, guys. Furman is man again. I know what we're going to hear from him.
He was in Philly tonight covering for Jaden.
I was actually covering for Mid-Major Madness tonight, so I'll have a Furman angle and a Miami angle. I just got to say, though, the fan bases, this is my first time ever doing Round of 64, and it's what they say is true. You get the entire building cheering against the high seeds. And the funniest part of this was they had the entire building tonight doing fins up on every Furman free throw.
Okay, so I saw that too, and I was like, what? This is like when everyone ripped off Iceland inside of 10 minutes at Euro 2016. Now everybody's going to fins up. Is that what this is?
I mean, dins up, I guess.
Dins up.
So did you guys see the button that I got?
Oh, yes, we talked about the button. I would like to exchange American currency for it.
What did you guys say about the button?
I said I would like to exchange American currency to own it.
How much?
I don't know. We're going to have to talk this out. An F you all the time button? That's tremendous.
I don't know, man. That might be that might be like an all-time thing to have as like a mid-major college basketball sicko.
Yeah, their fans brought it, man. They always do. They had a hell of a turnout tonight, and they gave UConn their best shot.
Yeah, like Wright State, I was right in front of the Wright State section, and like it felt like they were really loud when they were making their runs against Virginia, and they led for a lot of that game.
Who was that?
Wright State.
Wrong school. That was for Abby. That was just a little Ohio college inside joke for Abby.
Okay. Yeah. No. I get it.
Yeah, if it was a real MAC team.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then Wright State. I look up and it's like, oh, there's like 4 rows of Wright State people.
Yeah, that's
Furman legitimately like packed out that entire section. And there was I walked around the concourse a little bit because I had to go around and see some people. There was a lot of purple. Like legit purple. Like legit Furman stuff. Like not just like people who were excited to see UConn be losing or be in a close game.
Yeah, they've always been a legit SoCon fan base. Before Richie, they will be after he's gone. It's a beautiful part of the world. It's a growing part of the world in a lot of ways, population-wise. And yeah, they've really taken to that team with what they did against Virginia a few years ago, put them on the national map. And tonight they took another shot at it, and UConn was able to endure it. I'll be the bad guy here. I loved what Matt Painter said tonight, clapping back basically at Miami of Ohio. I will note that, again, Purdue scheduled both of the tougher projected teams in the MAC than Miami of Ohio. And I would like Flynn Clayman and Travis Steele to shut up and schedule one another and solve their own problems, by the way.
And then Bob Ritchie comes out in the presser today, and someone asked him, and this is going to end up being like a Mid-Major Madness story in the next like 3 days because everyone's fucking talking about it. Bob Ritchie's like, oh, if we play each other and like it doesn't help anybody in the metrics. Like Yeah, I mean, if nobody's expecting you to go 30-0 or whatever.
Well, don't ask all the high majors for $500,000 for a bye game. Like
that's my point. There's like two sides to this story. Like, I get the whole idea of like sitting back and like, oh, Arizona won't touch it. Like, don't ask for 500, dude. Like, ask for 220. You know what I mean? Like, you have to there just has to be a point where like there's a balance in this. Like, I get it. I don't disagree. I've been a huge mid-major proponent for a long time. I mean, you know, Hurley Mania and I make a huge bit about Seattle mid-major programs. Like, they're part of college basketball. I legitimately hate this idea that like UConn, you know, I would rather us play like not 3 bye games, but like 2, and then like put fucking URI or UMass or like little old Rutgers. I just wanted to kick them in the nuts for the hell of it, but like a little mid-major, like somebody that you can kind of like for the good of the game that you can help. You can get some, yeah, you're going to probably play a little money, but like, what's the difference between playing 3 bye games and then like getting UNC Wilmington on the schedule or a High Point or a Furman? Like, those teams should absolutely be on the schedule, right? Like, I think the argument from that side of the coin is totally valid, and I think it's understandable, and I think it's necessary to the growth of the sport, because I think the one thing that just pisses me off about college sports in general is all these fucking hee-haw schools that are like, yeah, no, you just scheduled us, talking in their twangy, twangy, ding, dong, bang, bang accent. Speak English, motherfuckers. Schedule some teams that might be a little dangerous, you fucking heathens. I don't want Northeastern teams, particularly us in the Big East, be like, what were you giving us? Because I think there is just something for the good of college basketball. I am so tired of us just like in this performative fucking circle jerk bullshit that like football does. Like, this ain't football, all right? Schedule a mid-major. Don't be a bitch. Do something. And if your program is quality enough, you will win that game. All right? If theirs is really good, don't, you know, they might scare you a little bit. I don't give a fuck. I am fine with like a Prairie View A&M game and a Mississippi Valley State game, and we run it up. Put UMass, Maine, Vermont. I don't give a fuck. Temple. Just find a team and give them a shot. And I think that's a for the good of the game thing. And I don't give a fuck and shit about the metrics and the national television shit or anything like that. Like, there has to be a point, whether you're like a big businessman or a banker or anybody else, where like you're throwing some shit back into the pool for the betterment, not just of society, right? But like in this particular instance, for the good of the game, right? Like, we're gonna go to fucking do something goofy, like go to Vermont. We'll beat them by 67 points, but UConn playing the gym in Vermont is fucking cool. And I think that's good for basketball. I really do. I think it's good for college basketball. And but the flip side of that is that like Vermont or a Rhode Island, like, especially when you're talking about like your A10 teams, right? Like, and I would probably even go as far as to say like the SoCon, because there's mid-major programs that like, there's a thing, especially in the transfer portal era, where you're going to get like a VCU that like they get very Nancy Kerrigan about it. Like, we took my best player. But like, yeah, dude, you just fucking absorbed five stars that didn't play at North Carolina or Duke or something. Like, it's not like you fucking suck donkey ass, dude. And now you're turning around, you're asking me for $800,000 to play you here? Like, no, dude, that is not real fucking life. So like, there's got to be a balance in between, right? Where like, we'll play a High Point, right? Or we're going to, like, we played UNC Wilmington a couple of years ago. I thought it was awesome, right? Yeah. And that was like our first hint we might have a national title contender, because he was like, dude, we played North Carolina and UConn would have fucking nuked them. That was a coach that like started that conversation, right? So like get those guys on the schedule, but like, UNC Wilmington should be cool with like 350, 400. Like I'm not this idea we're going to give them 600, 700, 800K, go to some remote desert island and play them on top of coconut somewhere for $6 million. Like that shit can't happen. So I'm all for it. I think there's a way to like, thread the needle here. But like, I kind of got the conversation this afternoon where you're like, well, you're scared to schedule us. So yes, I think that is, if you're Mississippi State, yes. Or Ole Miss, yes. They're scared of scheduling you.
I don't
if you're
think
Wake Forest,
yes.
yeah. Like, I don't know if us or Florida are, but like, at the same time, don't ask them for fucking $900,000. Like, you're just,
yeah. And
goes two ways here.
You mentioned it. I think regional games are really, really good for the sport. And I tweeted yesterday, like, hey, like, somebody said, like, oh, if Jerry takes the Syracuse job, like, would he go back and play against Siena? I'm like,
yes.
I don't give a fuck who the coaches are. A Syracuse Siena game is good for the region.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
Like, play that game in Albany, and you, like, half of the Siena season ticket holders are showing up in orange. What are you afraid of, Syracuse?
But it's the same thing. It's like Florida should have Florida Gulf Coast on their schedule. I get it. Like, go blow some teams up in the non-con. You have to do it for the metrics and shit. But like, I just am so tired of everything having to be this like relentless, like, 3.2% on our tournament resume is going to be a thing. That's such pussy ass shit, man. I hate it.
I hope that the extra non-conference game kind of makes it so the sample size of how much each game matters less within the metrics. So, but I know how this shit works. That's not going to happen. We're going to get another Duke against Niagara game every year or whatever. Duke against North Carolina A&T and UConn against, I don't know.
Sacred Heart.
Yeah, I mean, not even that. I was going for like an out-of-region team because UConn plays a load of those random out-of-region teams.
New Hampshire. Just like pick a team. Like my whole thing is though, like I am totally cool with 2 or 3 bye games, but like I've just always been on the. I get the metrics. I get all of it. I get what teams get worried about. I just think it's some pussy ass shit that we've got teams like a Florida or a Duke or North Carolina going, we play one game against UNC Asheville.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. You should be able to 35-piece that team on the road or at home. And if you can't, that says a lot more about you than it does anybody else. So,
and I'll say,
I get the risk threshold and all that other bullshit, but I'm just so tired of the fucking.
A couple teams that do this well. Shit. A couple teams that I think do it well in terms of playing against good mid-majors: Alabama, Purdue, Kansas. They've played good mid-majors, although they've mostly played them at home in the past couple of years. Alabama did go to North Dakota because of Grant Nelson a couple of years ago, but North Dakota State was where Grant Nelson came from, not North Dakota. But it was still
cool. And North Dakota almost won the game.
Yeah, Tracy Eaglestaff went off. And then forgot to mention the real reason I'm in Philly is not to cover college basketball, but to go to Angelo's tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Angelo's pretty good.
Yeah. Definitely excited for that. I will see you guys. I got to get to bed.
Yeah. That makes 3 of us hot balls. I don't know if we have anybody else.
Holy shit, dude. We went to 3. We went 2 hours. God damn it. We did it again.
And we didn't talk about that magnificent UConn men's ice hockey team. Those beautiful bastards.
You son of a
bitch.
They
ruined Boston College's season. And today, 10 minutes from now, they're playing in the most disgusting Hockey East championship game that has ever been conducted. UConn and Merrimack. We will have a first-time champion in Hockey East for the first time since the Reagan administration.
Won't be us.
I have to go, right? They're 0-2 when I go, but I can't not.
It's in Boston, right? Yeah. I don't know a thing about college hockey.
It's in Boston at 7:00, and nobody has any excuse tomorrow. Get to Boston. It's something to do. We don't play Saturday. It'll be a way of the time.
I watch college hockey kind of like you watch college baseball. I just want to see my co-host suffer. and get upset.
I will.
And mad and angry.
I will. I've seen them get blown out there. I've seen them lose to UMass in overtime there. I can't wait to see what playing fucking Merrimack looks like there. But we're going to find out. And then we will be right back here in the saddle Sunday night around 11-ish. Happy or really fucking sad. But we get to do it because Terrace Reed was a fucking cocaine bear tonight. Wonderful titling by you on this episode.
Yeah, I thank you.
About time.
About time somebody said, hot balls, you know what you're doing. Because I do.
Please pray for Silas. Pray for Silas, please.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'll fucking kill myself. I will commit seppuku tomorrow on top of a pizza. A white pizza. Which I do not like. I don't know why I got so specific there.
That was weird. That was weird. It's late. It's 3:00. We should probably go to bed, huh? What a concept. What a disgusting show. I love it. And I love all of you who are here live. We've got 151 people doing this live.
Up to about 10 minutes, we were killing CBS live.
We were, yeah. CBS's live podcast has finally passed us. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But Sunday night, 8:45, we ride the Lightning once again.
No, we fight the Fighting Hurlemanias from the University of California.
30-5, 30-win season.
Just go look at Mick Cronin and then just imagine Hurlemania.
Great coach. Wonderful coach. Who needs
a disgusting vomit bag.
By the way, that you want to talk about a bad ref assignment? Mick versus Dan. That's a rough one.
Who's going to win? Who is hated more?
Double technicals, 10 seconds in.
Can you imagine the national media for this game, by the way, between Dan and Mick?
They should be restrained or something.
Oh my God. I hope they hit each other. Just once. Please.
We didn't even talk about Santa Clara. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's too late.
We didn't even get into that. We will. I mean, we'll talk about all of this shit, but, I will say, in parting, I was right about TCU in Ohio State. I was absolutely right about Wisconsin, which a lot of people are like, they can get Arizona. No, they're not. We'll get them. I got that. Actually, I had a very successful first round. My Sweet 16, fully intact. Whole fucking thing. For some accountability tonight, I did miss out in USF beating Louisville, so Michigan State's got to get it done this weekend.
Yes. Agreed.
Other than that entire side of the bracket, I'm good. And on the other side, I did miss on BYU in Texas. Although I did have Gonzaga beating BYU because they were a stuck pig. Then I did get a little bit out over my skis on Texas Tech and Akron. Lost that one too. And then I did have Santa Clara beating Kentucky. I did want that.
I did too, but I still maintain I got that right. It just didn't work.
Yeah, I know. Dude, he called a timeout and I didn't. Fuck, man.
You wanted to call a timeout. Why aren't you just tackling OA? It's so many.
Yeah, you gotta get out there and just
punch him.
Just gotta do what you gotta do.
It's a hell of a shot. It's phenomenal. That was a wild 20 seconds. Absolutely unhinged 20 seconds. We had a much better first round this year than last year. That may be optimistic. And we didn't contribute to it, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. I thought the first round was great this year. Yeah, I think the second round, I think there's a lot to talk about here. Vanderbilt and Nebraska are like the false merchants 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think
game of the year.
I picked Vandy in that game and I regret it. That building's going to be 20,000 Nebraska fans. Those folks absolutely took that building over yesterday.
They did. I think Florida's going to blitzkrieg Iowa. I think VCU and Illinois could be weirdly interesting. And so could Buckyball and Houston. Like, there's a lot of weird. I think this is going to be a really chalky tournament until like this round. I think some fucked up shit might happen finally in this round. Purdue looked vulnerable. St. Louis looked awesome. Awesome.
They looked unbelievable.
They looked awesome. I don't think they're going to be awesome enough to beat Michigan, but I feel like if you put St. Louis in any other bracket, like Tennessee and Virginia, that's like a mid-off. I kind of love that for a team to get to Sweet 16. I gotta be honest, man. I'm gonna kill myself for saying this in about a week. Tennessee is serviceable. Tennessee might be serviceable enough to get to an Elite Eight. I'm not gonna go back with them past that, but like it would be ironic for Rick Barnes to get a Final Four team out of this year's team. But they kind of have that weird, like, 6-seed mojo about them. And then, I don't know, man, like, Arizona looked great. Florida looked great. I feel like we're beelining for Arizona-Florida final right now. Duke looks, Duke's in trouble. Duke's in trouble. I don't like this TCU game. I don't like TCU either. I think TCU is
not a dynamic offense.
I think TCU reminds me a lot of us last year. That's a bad team to see in the second round. I think they can rough them up enough. I am very worried about, unless they can get their center back for the Sweet 16. I feel the same way about us, though.
Yeah. And the women get to start murdering people tomorrow. That'll be fun on ABC as the meat comes into stores to just get meat cleaved on national TV.
Thank you for nothing.
The American Athletic Conference champion, a 16 seed. It's very funny.
Oh my God. I can't turn this off without going to the next two, man. I'm sorry. We're going to just do two more. We got to do two more, but I promise, guys, you next two need to be fucking wrapping up in 10 minutes or less, maybe 5. We got Jaden and Little Red. I can't deny Little Red because
he went all the way
down himself again. And I can't deny Jaden because Jaden, I care. So I hate this show so much. I hate our show. Jaden, give it to us. What do you got?
Well, greetings from the 30th Street train station in Philly. I'm about 15 minutes away from getting back to New York.
How'd you make that happen?
What were your thoughts of Philadelphia?
I love coming down here. I've done it, 20 times already during the regular season for Villanova, so I hated the 10:30 tip. Probably not going to get home until like 6 in the morning, but it is what it is.
Yeah. But what did you make of Terrace Reed in person doing that?
I've never seen anything like that before. And for 10 years, the best individual performance I had ever covered was the 43-10 that Jameel Warney put together in the America East Championship game, the one that Steve Peichel actually did win back in 2016. That may have been eclipsed tonight, all things considered. 31-27. And I told a few people, I don't know if you and Hot Balls were two of those people, but for the size that Furman's bigs had, they didn't have the bodies to stand up to Terrace, and that's what concerned me about Furman from the start. And I'm going to pull the Hurley Mania, I was right card. So we'll go from there.
There you go. Fair enough.
UCLA intrigues me on Sunday. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. I think it'll probably be another one of those, 4 or 5 point games late. If they don't have Bilodeau, I like UConn's chances better.
Agreed. I mean, I think it's going to depend on whichever injured players show up. Right now, Nerd is 4 for UConn, so 72-68 is KenPom.
Fred bounced back to 4.5.
Okay.
So.
Right. So that's what we're looking at right now on the Nerd. We'll see. I would probably put it, I think that's about right. I'd put it at 4, but if we shoot threes like we did tonight, fuck no.
It's not often that Alex goes for 22, and it's not as talked about as it should be, but that was what tonight was.
I mean, his 22 feels like 52 compared to Solo and Braylon, so props to Alex.
Have we had to talk about Braylon still in the slump?
Yeah. It's not.
It's like 6 for 42.
It all looks.
So he was 0 for 8 tonight?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
6 for 42 in his last 6. That's not good. I love the kid. And he's working on getting an inside shot. I was talking to him in the locker room about that too. He's trying to get his confidence back. And that was also something I briefly touched on with Dan before I walked out of there. So we'll see what happens going into the weekend. I like their chances. I like his chances to snap out of it. And they need him. They really do.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jaden. Appreciate
Love.
it. I'm not trying to blow you off. It's 3:11.
Oh, no. You guys have the same level of energy I do. Love you guys. We'll talk again on Sunday.
Thank you, Jaden. We get one more. We get to keep going.
Little Red, I had to let you in, man. You are putting your body on the cross of the UConn Christ yet again. Bleeding, sweating, dying, enduring for us all. So I'm going to let you bring us home tonight.
Hey guys,
quite literally driving home.
Yeah, we got an hour left here. Just want to say, appreciate you guys getting us through this drive home. I'm tired. Nothing else to say. Just really appreciative. It was a good spaces.
Thank you. I hoped it was. I was actually, knew you were in here, and I was thinking of you guys because I know what that car is right now, and what you guys are doing is insane. But I appreciate you guys doing it.
Yeah, all I gotta say is you're welcome, Little Red. You're welcome.
It's very much on brand.
Hot Balls really carried the show, though. So.
Yeah. Well, yes. Thank you, Mal.
Wow.
It's about time somebody said that.
Yeah. So
it's about time somebody said that.
An
intelligent listener.
The pregame in Boston is 4:00, guys. So I'll see you there. The hockey's title game 7. There's lots of tickets available. So.
I got a Jack and Jill to go to at like 2:00 tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to be a lifeless body.
Yeah,
I
have one of those at noon, and now I'm going to try and slink out of it. It's noon to 4, by the way. What the fuck?
Your friends get a Jack and Jill. Everybody why do a Jack and nobody wants to go to a Jack and Jill anymore. Like I don't. I hate going to Jack and Jill.
Doing it during the tournament.
Like, we're gonna do a Jack and Jill, and even like when you have a spouse, you're like, nobody wants to go to that though.
The baby wants, you know what the kid wants? The kid wants to know if St. Louis can hang around with Michigan. Okay, what are we doing with the
that's what I want to know. I want to know what the spread is going to be in the second round of the NCAA tournament, kid. That's what I need to know. You can't do this.
Well,
to our friends.
Thank you, Little Red and Mal. Thank you for getting down there and getting back. Hanging there, only an hour to go.
Yeah, whatever.
And
whatever.
Thank you to Mal for pointing out hot ball superiority.
Yeah, we could hear Mal on TV too. We could hear her screaming at the Furman free throws. It didn't do anything, but I appreciated it.
Hell yeah.
Mallory, by the way, was plastered all over the broadcast. She's like, "Did you hear me?" I was like, "It's fucking impossible not to hear you."
By the way, Furman shot 20 of 26 free throw.
Twain Museum representing in Philadelphia, by the way, today.
I was able to hear her from across the court. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I'm a Tone Ranger.
There you go. Yeah, you better be better on Sunday. 20 of 26 isn't good enough. So.
Yeah. Everybody's got to be something.
Let me check.
All right, folks, I'm cutting this off. I don't care what anybody has to say. It is 3:14. I don't care what anybody has to say. I don't care how much people have contributed to this show. I don't care what the constellations are. I don't care who are playing on Sunday. Dude, I just want to go to bed. I just want to go to bed. Maybe I'll have one more beer before I go to bed. I am exhausted. I'm sorry, Harley Mania. I know this is your time to win the Hockey East Championship that you will not win tomorrow, but I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
But until then, folks, we're going to see you tomorrow in a technical sense, but we will see you Sunday after the UCLA game. Maybe it's going to be a wrap. Maybe it's the end of the season.
Oh, don't go there.
Wow. Did I say that?
Or maybe it's going to be the best win yet.
Maybe we're steamrolling. And Braylon goes 20 for 23 from 3. And Harris doesn't score a point.
He'll take 23.
That's what's going to happen, dude. This team will never make you comfortable. Whatever's going to happen on Sunday night, it's not going to feel good, guys. Unless we win.
Let's do that.
Maybe it will feel good. I don't know. Maybe they're just going to be like, what's what we're going to do? I don't know. But folks, I can't even tell you guys. Holy smokes. I'm like looking at live numbers, and tonight you guys, absolutely, showed up and showed out tonight. I appreciate everybody for listening. Just gonna be honest. I don't want to get like a little humble brag, but like we kicked CBS's ass until about 2 minutes ago. Like, what's wrong with you people? It's crazy in real time. So thank you guys so much for the support as always. We're at tournament time. We'll see you Sunday night. Can't wait until then. Let's go kick UCLA's ass. The 95 team will be avenged. Until then, guys, have a great day tomorrow. Have a nice day Sunday, I guess. An okay day. But whatever you can bottle up for premium performance, please do for Sunday night. But until then, folks, appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. I love you all. And until then, keep in touch with yourselves. Good night, everybody.